Thanks for tuning into the Canadian Beef Podcast, where our goal is to promote health and wellness in the bodybuilding community while having fun doing it and getting you huge. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. On to the video.
So it was Thanksgiving here this weekend, and I actually lost 8 pounds.
Why?
Just from being out of my, even though I was eating like crazy and everything, I just being out of my normal routine. I wasn't getting in meals every 2 hours, and it wasn't like the usual. Even though I was eating a ton of food, I ended up losing like 8 pounds this weekend.
Yeah, you're like peak off season too, though. Like where it's like if you miss like half of a meal, you're gonna lose like 2 pounds. Like your body's just like in that state.
And I just wasn't as active. Like I wasn't working out. I worked out one time since I worked out Tuesday, and then I worked out Thursday, and that's it.
That's probably why you're probably not retaining like water and glycogen and all those fluids that go into your muscle.
I feel so much tighter. Like there's the separation in my quads and everything. Like everything's popping right now, and I'm like, all right, this is still 255 plus. And everything's kind of popping.
Looking at your shoulders, because I was like, first time I've worn like sleeveless, I think on the podcast, and I'm like checking my delts out, and I'm like, not bad. I mean, you come on, and I'm like, my delts are shit.
I just have better light.
Lighting.
The lighting, yeah. Yeah, I'm a little washed out right now, everybody. It's just fucking light here.
It's all an illusion.
I got a redneck freaking tan from going out shooting at the range on Friday.
I saw that. That was cool. That was your first time shooting.
Fun. I haven't done that in years.
Damn. Nice.
I surprisingly didn't embarrass myself as bad as I thought I would.
Yeah. What were you shooting?
It was just a Smith & Wesson handgun. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing
cool.
Like it was all her dad's guns.
Yeah.
So I'm not too I don't have any.
Are you a good shot?
But I did better than I thought I would, but typically no. I usually go out, do like a skeet shoot with my friends back in my hometown like once a year, and I usually never hit anything.
Yeah.
Do you hunt?
I've never shot anything.
No.
Do any of you hunt? Anyone hunt?
I've only ever used a paintball gun. What's that?
Do you hunt?
No, man. Okay. I do all like my hunting courses and stuff because it's kind of just like a thing you have to do when you're a Newfoundlander. That's part of the deal. But I've never been hunting, man. I'm not a killer, man. I don't think I could do it.
You asked Morgan if he's a hunter. He's 300 pounds. Like they're gonna hear him coming. What are you talking about?
I grew up in a very country town, and like everyone hunts and fishes, but it's like I haven't done anything like that in years.
Yeah, I'm a big animal guy. Like I love all animals. I'm just one of those. So like I'm down for like I'll eat whatever. And if one of my buddies goes and shoots, like we eat a lot of moose around here. Like that's what we get. Like a lot of my friends go moose hunting. Like I have a freezer full of moose right now. So like no problem with eating the stuff, but like I kind of knew when it came down to like me pulling the trigger, like this big majestic animal like in the woods, like it's just not for me, But recently I went shooting handguns for the first time, and I thought that was fucking awesome. And that's really making me want to go get my restricted firearms license.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Yeah, just
it was fun. Like we were running. I didn't put up the whole video, but I'm gonna put it up on my YouTube. But like it was an actual like moving course with the handguns. So we started actually about 30 yards back and had to peg off a few targets, and then you run up to another section. You have to peg off a few, run up to another section, and hit like this cut out, like 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, and then run to the next one and hit this little circle on the freaking ground. And then as you're walking forward, hit 2 in the chest, 1 in the head on another one. And then the last section was the clip that I actually put on my Instagram.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah,
that
sounds like a police school.
Yeah, I mean, I was very slow with it. I wasn't like running from section to section. I was like pop, 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 and then like, all right, walk over to the next one, get ready. But it was my first time doing it. It was fun.
If it was a zombie apocalypse, you'd be cool.
Oh, I'd be done. I would have needed a machete or something. I need a sword.
Talking about swords, I went axe throwing.
Yeah,
oh, yeah?
I did that. It's fun. Yeah,
axe throwing's pretty cool.
Did you do the big axe or the small axe?
Fuck, man, I'm so much better with the big axe.
The big axe is completely different.
Yeah, I'm so much like the big axe. I hit dead center, like
Damn,
my
good
second
job.
shot.
Yeah,
but the small axe I couldn't get.
That's funny because I could do the small axe in the center. I couldn't hit the big axe. It would always like arc in a weird way. Yeah.
My mobility's bad though. Like
I was about to say, I'm like, can I get my arms up there?
Yeah.
That's they're like, pull your arms back. I'm like, everyone else from my workplace is like, I don't think you can.
You have to imagine doing like a dumbbell pullover and then using your body to like throw it forward. You don't actually really use a lot of your arms. It's kind of more like a momentum thing. It's cool
the
though.
core.
Yeah. We'll have to fucking all go one day because there's some people that are serious with that shit. Like they bring like their bag of axes and they set up like they just set up shop and they just throw and they like fucking just keep throwing, like they're focused. It's like when we train for bodybuilding, they're doing that shit for axe throwing. It's crazy.
There's a couple of those places right near my house, but I've never gone.
Yeah.
That's the same as me. I've never done that either. I can't believe there's people that take it that serious though. Like I just assume that was something like you just go get drunk and do. Like,
yeah.
Well,
like
dude,
people
take
people that are
seriously.
so serious about bowling or something too. They bring their bowling balls and polish them up and everything. Yeah, if you're really into axe throwing, you bring your axes and polish them up.
I remember when I was into paintball, I thought I was going to be like a professional paintball player, and that was my whole life. I just dedicated my whole life to it. It's like, I don't know, when you like something, I guess you just go all in with it, right? So,
oh man, there's some fucked up shit though. Like think about the guys who are on Twitch. This baffles me. Like people watch these guys play Halo for hours. And they make so much
money too. Like
they make more money than bodybuilders.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you got a laptop and a phone, you can pretty much make money doing anything these days. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Twitch thing is weird though, eh? Like I don't know who would be paying to like watch other people play, but I don't know. People do it though, obviously.
I guess if you have the personality to make it interesting and fun to watch you,
yeah,
you know, use commentary or just doing crazy things. I don't know.
Yeah, shit. I guess it's like if people listen to podcasts, it's pretty much the similar thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can talk about any boring subject, but it's the person who like is talking about it and the person putting their personality in it that people like. So yeah, I can totally see that being the same thing with like the gaming and all that. And it's pretty much considered a sport now. Like
it is. Yeah.
There's supplements. There's fucking supplements for gamers.
Yeah, true. Yeah, even Redcon, right? Like they have like a gaming. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, that's like a new thing. But really, the original is like fucking Monster and Red Bull, right? Like,
yeah.
Actually, no, the OG is like it's like what was it called? It used to come in cans, and it was basically just like a caffeinated like cola, like a cola with extra caffeine in it. And we would drink those as kids and just play video games for like 6 hours straight.
Were you guys into Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
I never got into Call of Duty.
That's the only one that I got into like really big.
Dude, that was the shit. That was like me.
Yeah.
That game was like the OG Call of Duty. I still have my Call of Duty skills from that game. Like I can pick up any like Call of Duty game and like be okay. But like I actually kind of gave up recently because I find the kids are just too good these days, man.
It's changed so much.
If you don't devote your fucking life to it, you suck.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah, 3-year-olds kicking your ass.
Yeah, I'm way too competitive, man. Like I had to stop playing Call of Duty in prep. Like I was playing it to pass time. And then the combination of that with other things, including dieting, is just not good. Not good. Like
just get pissed off too fast.
Did you break your controller on the TV?
Yeah, exactly. Like
see, you need to twitch that, and you like cussing out these little kids while you're like getting pissed off.
I remember when I was growing up, we had the Nintendo, like the original Nintendo, and I had these neighbors. I go over to the house. I don't know what happened to these kids. They're probably sociopaths or something. But they would get so angry, they'd spit on the TV and they'd like chuck the remote at the TV. They'd start bashing the TV, fucking playing Ninja Turtles. I was like, what? These kids are nuts.
Yeah. I remember back in the day playing GoldenEye though. Like I used to skip school to play GoldenEye.
Yeah.
In the morning, my buddy would come over before school and we'd play for like half an hour. We'd be like, oh, well, fuck it. Let's just play for an extra half an hour. Who cares if we're late?
You'd have those 4 squares and you can see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Quit looking at my screen.
No screen watching. No screen watching.
I like you guys ever tried Apex? Apex Legends is fucking sick because it's kind of like it's a first person shooter, but it's teams. You get squads of 3. So it's like It's like the Hunger Games. You get dropped into an arena, basically, and there's like weapons and shit everywhere, and you have a squad of 3 people, and you just have to eliminate the other squads and be the last survivors. It's cool.
I think I downloaded it and I never played it.
Fuck, man. You should get it, and then fucking Mo, you got to get it, and we'll have a squad of 3. Paul, I would invite you, but I know you wouldn't play video games with us.
I need something new to play.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like you would.
I sense discrimination. Is this an age? Is this an age discrimination?
Exactly.
Yes.
I was playing video games before you were born.
Okay, then fucking download Apex and we can play.
Get a Nintendo Switch and we'll play some retro.
Oh shit, I have a
Mario.
Switch.
Did you say Dr. Mario?
Some like old school Mario or something.
How do you get those games?
That was
Like,
my grandmother's favorite game.
I just got the
she
Switch.
played
I don't know how to get those games. Like there's supposed to be some games you can download, right? Like I want to. Yeah, I need to learn how to get that.
Mario.
I got Doom. I got Doom.
You can play like all the old Mario games on the Switch and stuff.
Yeah. I want to play the original Doom too. Fucking love that game. Yeah,
that was good. Mario Karts was a good party game.
Mario Kart's amazing.
The N64 was the best Mario Kart.
Oh man.
Yeah.
N64 is probably the greatest system of all time.
Yeah, because that's where all the like OG games like came from, like Smash Bros. Like that
Golden
was
Eye.
the original Smash
Mario
Bros
Kart.
was like the best game. Like it just couldn't have been beat.
Bill
They
Mario
ported
Kart.
the
Smash
Resident
Bros is
Evils.
so good.
Yeah, Resident Evil is sick. Yeah,
Man, when they ported the Resident Evil and the new graphics on that was the shit.
Resident Evil 2 was
PlayStation
sick.
with that blockiness.
Yeah. You guys ever play Half-Life? That was good too.
Yeah, Half-Life.
I never got into that.
Anyways, Mo, it was your birthday yesterday. You had a good weekend. What did you get up to? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you very much. No, man, it was good. Like I was telling you, like my girlfriend came down from her city and surprised me. And I literally just decided, because I've been like so strict on my diet since like last competing, I was just like, man, I haven't had like an actual like cheat day or anything like that. So I was like, today is the day. So went pretty hard, man. Like we went out to breakfast and did like big breakfast, like bacon and eggs, and had a couple chocolate chip pancakes with that. So that was probably like 2,000 calories. Then before the gym, had a big bowl of like Eggos cereal. You guys know like the chocolate Eggo cereal?
Yeah.
Did that with some chicken, hit the gym, had a crazy pump. And that was good. And then post workout, I had 2 foot-long subs from Subway with some cookies.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was big. That was a big one. And then
Did you get 2 different ones or 2 the same?
Oh, 2 different. So I'll get like a chicken like sub, like to get my good protein in. But then like I'll get like a deli sub too.
The cold, oh fuck yeah. Now you're talking about
meats. Man, deli meats are hard to beat, man.
Yeah,
so good. And then after that, went out to a big like steak supper at the Keg with my family.
Nice.
So I had like 10-ounce filet, like potato appetizers, and they brought out that that ice cream cake that they always bring out.
Oh, it's the Billy Miner pie. Fucking so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that too. So we did that. And then I get home and a couple of my clients came by and surprised me. A couple of bikini girls that I coach here.
Nice.
And we just got this new cookie place here called Craig's Cookies. You guys heard about that place?
Okay. No.
Yeah, there's a few of them around, but they brought me a box of cookies, probably like 20 cookies. I would say 400 calories per cookie.
That's a lot of cookies, man.
Wow.
Yeah, well, there was 2 cookies left when I came out.
You're getting Paul excited.
Yeah, listen, I lost track of what happened last night. I don't fully remember, but all I know is there's only 2 cookies left this morning.
Getting the insulin ready.
Hold on. How much did you weigh this morning?
291.
291?
Nice.
How much were you yesterday when you woke up?
Yeah.
80? 280?
No, well, okay, put it this way. I was 284 last Sunday.
Okay.
So
That's
6 pounds, 7 pounds in a
6
week.
pounds, yeah. Yeah,
That's not bad.
I only weigh myself like once a week because if not, I'll get in my head and I'll fuck with my diet too much.
Yeah.
So I just weigh myself once a week. But yeah, so 7 pounds up. Now I don't know if that was like a gradual 7 pounds or if that was just like 7 pounds from yesterday. I don't want to know. So
doesn't matter.
But I got a
As long as the
question.
weight's
Now, I have a question. This might be a decent topic. Just like kind of play off of that. So say if you guys do what I did and like fuck up, and instead of just having like a cheat meal, you go and have a cheat day, which nobody should ever do. Do you and you're in the off season? Will you get back on your normal diet the next day, or will you like try to take out some carbs and fats in the next day to kind of like regulate? Or do you think it's better just like get right back on your diet?
It's a good question, actually. I think a lot of people would ask that question.
Can I take a shot at this?
Of course.
But I think it depends on your goal in the off season. Like it depends on where you're at in the off season too, right? Like you're in a relatively good place, Mo. I've seen your pictures.
Still really
you're still
lean.
shredded.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't fuck with anything. I wouldn't take anything out. I mean, consider that like your one maybe shitty day. And I don't think it damaged anything. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
versus
someone who's already fat and doing that.
Yeah.
It's like
bingo.
You're storing all of that as fat because you're already fat, But if you're not fat, you're not storing that as fat.
Your blood sugar is good. Like everything's good.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think this is a very different scenario because it's usually while I'm in prep. But if Aceto gives me, a big cheat meal, or say it's like post show and he just lets me eat and I've got another show coming up, if I can eat everything in the world for 2 days, he actually usually gives me more calories after that leading. Like I might be a week out. I think this year after Chicago Pro, like 2 days straight, I ate whatever I wanted. And I was competing 2 weeks later in Tampa. And we ended up eating more leading into Tampa than we did leading into Chicago, just because, everything was revved up. But
I think because you get so depleted on a prep that it takes longer to actually fill up than people think. People think like you need like 2 days of like 1 million carbs. You actually need like a couple of weeks, preferably a couple of weeks of just gradually increasing. And if you can handle it stomach wise and like inflammation wise, if you throw in a couple cheat meals near the end, as long as you've been doing the same cheat meals, I think that's totally fine. Yeah. Or what I would do is I would just slowly increase my carbs, like 50 grams here and there, each meal increasing a little bit here and there. And then as you get closer to your show, you're eating basically the same foods you ate the whole time, but you're just eating more of them, right? And you're going to be fuller, but you might even still be trying to like, your body might still be trying to drop weight. So you got to keep your sodium up too, right? It's like,
the only reason I asked that is because my concern with that is blood sugar, right? So
true. Yeah. Your blood sugar probably fucked up that night, but if it's good in the morning, I would say, this is what I would do. I wouldn't change anything with the diet. I would wake up, check my blood sugar. If it's good, or even if it's a little bit higher than normal, it's fine. Just go do your cardio, 20, 30 minutes. If it's a little high, do 30. If it's normal, just do your 20, and then just eat your breakfast, eat all your meals the same, but keep checking your blood sugar. Like if it's starting to get out of whack near the end of the day, maybe throw in a couple extra walks or just hit the treadmill or the bike for 10 minutes, like in between your meals. That's probably what I would do. Because then you're still eating the same food. So your body's still growing with that food. But you're still able to like utilize it. Right.
Yeah. I basically, based off just how my digestion felt more than anything. So like I got up, went for a walk, kind of like, I still felt shitty basically after like a 30-minute walk that I did with my dogs. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to have my protein for my first meal. Because my digestion too, I was like, man, and my breakfast is supposed to be like oats and like a bagel and like peanut butter and all this stuff. And I was like, I just don't think it's going to help me to put that in my stomach right now. So I just did like a protein shake, then went for another walk. And then my digestion like still felt shitty up until like a half an hour ago. And I just smashed like a beef and rice meal. So basically like what I ended up doing was like a little bit extra cardio this morning and I probably took out 900 calories, I would say, that I would typically have. And now I'm just planning to kind of eat like normally, like for the rest of the day.
Yeah. But are you training today or no?
I am training today. Yeah. But
so I would just maybe throw a little bit more in around your workouts since you didn't have it for breakfast.
Yeah. So basically my plan was, basically exactly that. Cause normally I would just eat my first 2 meals and go train.
Yeah.
But now because my first meal is just a shake, I had that beef and rice meal. I'll have a chicken and rice meal when we're done this. And then I'll probably have like the bagel or something for my breakfast. Like you said, just like get some extra carbs in there, but not all of them. And then go train. And then I kind of feel like I'll be back to normal after that,
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I think that's like the best thing you can do. Like I said, I wouldn't ever drop food if you're trying to grow. Right. But again, if it was a different situation, someone else, higher body fat for someone else asking, I would definitely then just, first of all, try not to do cheat days like that, because if you're out of shape, it's just going to make things so much worse. And especially if you're out of shape because that's a bad habit for you, then it's just going to make things way, way worse. So if that's you, then I would try to just cut back on those, stick with the cheat meals only, once a week, cheat meals only, try to have some of that discipline around the food eating, and then go from there.
Well, I'd say the biggest disadvantage you get from the entire day of cheating is, like he was saying, like just the digestion issues all the next day.
Yeah.
And your appetite's probably going to be shit.
Yeah, it might even be a couple days depending on like how hard you're training and stuff. Because you might be able to just use it up in a one training session, but some people, they really don't digest things very well. Some people better than others. So
yeah,
most cheat
I'm
day
weird
wasn't
with
too
it.
bad.
I've done the 20,000 calorie challenge things a couple times. I've never quite made it to 20. I usually get around 18,500.
Oh, gross.
I can't put another bite in my mouth, but I'll be so full. I can't even lay on my stomach, to go to bed. I'm like so uncomfortable. And I'll wake up at like 5 a.m. starving.
Yeah, that does not happen.
It's crazy.
So I'm not like that at all. I'll do that. I tried I think I did 10,000 or 15,000 or whatever it was. But the last thing I had was like Dairy Queen and like ice cream and like candy and chocolate and all that kind of shit. And I was fucking bloated for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like when I woke up in the morning, my stomach was still so bloated that I couldn't breathe. Like overnight, it was really crazy. I'm like, okay, that's not happening again.
Just take a little metformin before the last big cheat meal, and you'll just poop it all right out.
Some metformin, a laxative, maybe a little T3 will be good.
That's one thing I did yesterday. I took like 7 or 8 glucose disposal agent caps.
Yeah,
just kept those going and steady. Yeah.
That's one of those things. Do you guys really like GDAs in your off-season pre-contest?
Dude, I don't know honestly if they do anything, because I don't measure my blood sugar like that often. So I haven't done it to say that it's for sure working. But I mean, I generally do fine when I use them. Like I digest my cheat meals pretty fast, and I can definitely eat another meal after my cheat meal when I use them. I'll usually combine mine. My protocol is before cheat meal, I'll have 3 GDA caps and 3 digestive enzymes. And if there's any dairy in my cheat meal, I'll take a few lactate enzymes as well.
Okay.
And then I find I'm pretty much foolproof. I'll be fuller than normal if I had a normal meal, obviously, because it's a cheat meal. But yeah, I find if I use those things, I digest the meal really well.
Yeah.
I've never noticed a huge difference when taking them, to be honest. I've tried them all from a bunch from different companies too, and I just, the only thing I ever notice is having to go to the bathroom faster after a cheat meal or something like that, or after a big high carb meal, and taking those with it. That's the only thing I ever notice usually.
And Blackstone Labs had one too with berberine and a whole bunch of.
Yeah, I've used that one.
Have you? It's expensive.
I've used all of them. HD Muscle makes one as well, and I'm using that one now. But when people ask me about it, usually what I say is that might be the last supplement that I would add in. If I was gonna take a look at all the supplements that we have, this is probably the last one. If I had a little bit of extra money and I just wanted that cherry on top, but everything else comes first, creatine, make sure, I would say if you had kind of going from your making a pyramid, the most important to the least important, it's vitamins, creatine, protein powder, right? And then it's pre, intra, post kind of stuff. And then it's everything else. It's GDAs and
Yes, I would never use that stuff if I never had access to it for free.
Where's the lift the hand up? I got to talk about something right now.
Okay.
It's supplements.
I was at a dinner yesterday. You don't need to lift your hand. It's not. We're adults here.
Fuck, people do it in adult meetings. I know that. It's ridiculous.
It's all good. You can just interrupt people.
They have the little hand sign. They're like, "Can I talk?"
Yeah.
It's really annoying. So yesterday I was at a dinner with a bunch of sales reps from different companies. One of them, I guess I shouldn't name the company because I don't want to, disclose what they're inside.
Anyways.
Okay. Fine. Anyways, so basically our supplements, by the way, if you use creatine right now, so they've been backlog, or they're in the middle of the ocean in shipping containers because of all the shit that's been going on with the environment. So basically, the cost of creatine, I just want to let you guys know, is quadrupling in the next little bit. Guaranteed.
That's fine. It's not that expensive, really, anyways. So
yeah, but but quadruple. So if you were getting your creatine for $8.99, it's going to be $40.
It's fine. People will just think it's like super creatine, you know. Holy shit, this creatine's
just
$80.
rebrand everything.
Yeah, exactly.
The other costs of protein is going to go up like exponentially too. So protein powder is going to be really expensive. He was telling me 5 pounds is going to be like $120.
You know, fucking whey protein is like a fucking byproduct of making
curd.
It's a byproduct of making the milk and the cheese, right? But we get like such a crazy like price on it because of like how much they process it, I guess, and everything that goes through it. But I don't think people are going to spend the money on protein that's $150, you know?
No, when they can eat real food, right? But
exactly.
I just think the supplements are going to go up a lot this year.
Because if the whey goes up that much, then what will happen is people will start shifting to other forms of powdered protein, like the crickets will become more popular because those are like $150 for a 5 pound, right? So things will like balance out. Like the cricket protein will become more popular and people will start doing like more of that like MRE type shit where they do like the chicken and the beef protein.
You're missing the point. It's not the supplement itself, right? It's all supplements that are going to go up because it's shipping. That's what's costing money.
Shipping,
we can't fucking get anything anywhere. It's happening in every industry. We can't get shit around. So there's shrinkflation.
Don't worry, it won't be long. Soon we're gonna have the robots, the AI robots. They just deliver for you. Basically, just little drones that just like drop it off, just like down your chimney. You know. Actually, I'm not kidding. Like they already have these drones for hospitals to deliver human, organs. So they're not far off from doing.
Oh no, I'm totally. I totally believe. Like, I mean, I totally think that's true. Yeah, the AI is going to grow really quick.
Yeah, because I think one of the problems is just the lack of like workers. Like there's so many packages going out all the time. How can there be that many people delivering all the time? Like.
Well, you're right. Drones, automated cars.
Yeah, if they got paid more, sure, but they don't get paid much. So that's the thing, right?
Yeah, but Robin's right. Like AI is going to move really quickly. There's an interesting movie from Netflix called "The Singularity Is Near." It's you guys heard of Ray Kurzweil? He worked for Google.
No, what's it called?
He's an AI guy. He did all their Google search artificial intelligence. So if you type something in, the algorithms work and such. He designed all that. Right. So there's a movie based on his novel. And this guy's been predicting shit for about 30 years. Mm-hmm. And he's got everything bang on. Like from the advent of computers, from microchips like doubling or quadrupling every year. It's crazy. He thinks by 2025, we're going to be fully automated. Like AI is going to take over. And I can see it at Walmart already. How many caches you got over in Newfoundland? This I want to know.
We have like the big self-checkout, which is super annoying because I know only have like 2 actual cashiers open that are like taking cash and stuff like that. And but you see that everywhere. Same place. Like I was literally at Shoppers Drug Mart yesterday and there was no real people working the cashiers. It was like just the self-checkouts were open.
Jason's like, what the fuck is Shoppers Drug Mart and what the fuck is Newfoundland?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But I know what you're talking about.
Like a pharmacy. Like
Publix, yeah.
If Newfoundland has a store, it's probably the only store in Newfoundland. No, I'm joking. Well, it's Newfoundland's growing. What did you say?
It's not that bad. It's not that bad here. At least I live in the city. At least St. John's is pretty good, but pretty much if you live anywhere else in Newfoundland but St. John's, you're having a hard time. And then like you're literally looking at places that have like one McDonald's, one Tim Hortons, like one grocery store, one Walmart, like and like that's like the bougie like other cities in Newfoundland.
And that sounds like where I grew up, man. I mean, we didn't have any of that growing up. Actually, there was one red light in our entire county. And we had, I think we got a McDonald's my senior year of high school.
Oh, shit.
And we didn't get a Walmart until after I graduated high school.
Well, I remember I went on a basketball trip in grade 12 and my basketball coach, he's like from one of these like more rural communities. And we were going out to play in a basketball tournament in the school that he like was from. And we're driving out there, like we're a bunch of city boys and like, he knows it. And he was like, guys, like, he's like, when we get to my town, like you're going to see some like chicken and sheep and stuff on the road. Like, And we were just like, oh, like thought he was joking and shit. And then we actually get to his town, and there is like chickens and sheep like walking on the side of the road. And like every road is just like a single road. Like there's no yellow lines. Like there's most of the roads are gravel.
Just dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Like lots of people still live like that out here, and like that's
Oh, for sure. That we experienced that when we drove across Canada. We're just driving and we're just listening to the GPS, just cruising on the highway, and then boom, all of a sudden it's dirt road. We're like, what the fuck? And it's like gravel, so your car's like shaking like crazy for like fucking miles, like
and it's part of the highway.
Miles, right, babe?
Part of the highway.
Yeah, and then you get back on the highway, you're like, okay, that was weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, it's great. So you've been to Newfoundland?
I haven't been to Newfoundland. I've gone as far as New Brunswick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's just
pretty
I've been through New Brunswick. That's as far as I've gone.
So to give you a point of reference, Jason,
Nova Scotia. That's
to give our American friends reference. That's like closer to Maine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like Maine, across from Maine. That's where they are.
I've never really even been up to that area in the States though. Like I went to New York before, but like anywhere past like around Maine and stuff like that.
It's probably pretty similar, right? Like Canadian East Coast is just there's some coast and there's a lot of trees, right? Like
yeah, it's probably just like Maine. I would think it's
probably very similar, right? Yeah,
it's the same.
Cold, and there's a lot of pine trees.
Mines,
tons of pine trees. Yeah,
pine trees.
But yeah, Jason. Like if you look at the map of Canada, like you'll see like there's this like little island like on the most like easterly coast of Canada. That's where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason, are you around Texas?
Just me here by myself.
No, you said Florida, right?
He's in Daytona Beach.
Where he's at, if you just go straight south, you're probably I'm in Florida, so
You're like Florida is the place.
I'm right on that coast as well, right on the eastern coast of Florida. So
you're where all the other Canadians flock to now.
Yeah,
they're like
awesome.
they're all like 2 hours south of me.
Ian's there, Ian Valier's there.
They're all down in like Stewart, Boca, and stuff like that. And that's literally about 2.5 hours south of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last time I was in Florida, I stayed in Boca.
It's nice down there.
Pretty dope, man. I stayed right next to the Busybody fitness gym. It's like one that Trevor used to train at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gym was dope, man. They got awesome stuff down there.
Florida's sick, eh? Like it's just anywhere you go in Florida, there's good gyms.
Dude, that's
except for my town.
Florida.
Except for your town. You got some good gyms though.
Do you have like a powerhouse or like at least a decent franchise? Or
that Gold's Gym that was in Ocala was cool.
Yeah, but that's over an hour away from me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like that's kind of like out of the way.
But that was I wish they would. We have 2 Gold's Gyms right where I'm at, and both of them suck.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Gold Gym is going downhill.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a good one in Calgary though. Like when we drove through and we stopped in Calgary at the Gold Gym, I was like, this one's sick. Yeah,
that one's good. The Calgary Gold Gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the Canadian Beef podcast. And hey, where'd you get that shirt? It's making you look pretty big. This one? That one, yeah. Obviously, our sponsor, Relaware Canada. Okay, well, we do have a discount code for it, so maybe I should use that discount code and get myself some. Yeah, Beef 20 at checkout.
You guys should use that discount code. Make sure to use our discount code from Relaware Canada, Beef 20 at checkout, and continue liking these videos.
Okay, so do you want to get to some questions because like last week I posted and there's some questions that we didn't do from last week. We do them this week. And, if you guys have some, but one sec. I'm gonna post again so we have questions for next week too. Okay. Give me a sec. You can talk amongst yourselves in the meantime.
So we're dying in anticipation here.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the questions? I got answers.
Do you know we haven't talked about bodybuilding at all today? I don't think we did.
Yeah, not really.
Well, maybe the gyms.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cheat meals are a big part of bodybuilding, man.
Well, essentially, we were talking about your birthday, though. To bring it back. Yeah, I guess so.
So what'd you train on your birthday? Do legs on your birthday or?
Nah, dude, I'm saving legs to train with you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to do it on Thursday.
Are you going down this week?
Yeah, I leave Wednesday morning.
I thought that was a funny statement because it was like, I'm not going to do legs until I train with Robin.
So, Robert, are you going to be up here on Wednesday?
Usually Wednesday's my day off.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. Well, now
Wait,
it is.
are you going to Canadian Nationals or Canadian Pro Show?
The
Toronto?
Toronto?
Are you going to be there?
Yeah. I'll be there.
That's like
So I
a
was
week
saying
out, right?
That's what I was saying, that we can get some food after, Paul, if you come.
Okay, I'll go. If Mo's going, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most cool.
Be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't make it. Sorry, guys.
You can't make it. Come on.
Why not?
Me in Canada.
Just start driving now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask Corella Canada if they want to fly you.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Apparently, there's booths this year too. I was talking to some reps
Yeah.
yesterday.
Well, I mean, there's going to be a little expo. Yeah. Like,
Well, yeah.
So I'm going to
the
be working at
expos
the
and-
booth. I'll be at the HD booth. So it's going to be sick. And then the pros compete on the Sunday. So we could go for dinner on the Saturday night, like after the show, watch the pros the next morning, go train, be good.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
good.
cool. They're starting to put more expos and things. Like Nationals here is in like I think 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're doing a full expo for it. Like Sharu took over Nationals as the promoter.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Right.
he's putting on a full expo here and it's in Orlando.
Sick.
I'm excited for the expos again, man. I love the expos.
Yeah, I miss expos too. I'd go to Florida's like 9 hours away. I think I'd go. See
Yesterday we had the natural pro qualifier, and just a tiny little expo, just the HD booth, and it was so much fun just to chat with people again. Have people come to the booth, take pictures, just talk about bodybuilding, fitness, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they were on natties, so imagine how fun next week is going to be.
I
you
know,
see the
it's gonna be
kid?
even better? Yeah.
Did you see the kid who took the natural juniors?
Yeah, I was talking to him. He's fucking awesome.
Ryan Ho?
Yeah, I was talking to him, and I was talking with his dad, and I gave him a shirt and stuff.
Oh, did you? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll,
I gave them some free passes to the gym too, so they can come train.
Yeah, he works at our supplement store here. So he's a
He
good
said
kid.
he said he was think for the week, so I was like, come train at Pure. You're gonna love it. And he said he wants to like grow and go into the open bodybuilding. So I'm like,
Does he
fuck,
ever have a
that's
good structure, that kid, man? I was seeing him
Yeah.
at the gym like 2 weeks out. I'm like, Ryan, man, you fucking got this. And he looked like death, right?
He's a big
He
kid.
looked
though.
ready.
He's a
He
big
looked
kid.
like
though.
he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Does he have a coach already?
You know what? He's got
I don't
this
know.
local coach. He's kind of a buddy of mine, but I'm really impressed with what he did because he doesn't really have many clients, So he's kind
Well,
of like one of those coaches.
This kid, you could
tell.
tell him to do anything and he would grow. But I think if you had a better coach, this kid could be amazing.
That's what I was just about to say.
I think this kid is amazing. Like his genetics are fucked.
Yeah. That's
He's
it.
ready to switch sides and go full.
I
That's
came
man.
to him 2 weeks out. I'm like, Ryan, are you still natural? I'm like, are you
Yeah.
still natural? But if you saw him in like his,
Oh, he's a
his
smart kid. 'cause
polo
he's
shirt.
He's doing it natural, and he's working his way up in the natural as a junior, which is what you should do, rather than like try and do some bullshit classic first. If you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to do classic, different story. But if you want to be a bodybuilder, you got to just compete as a bodybuilder, right? Like I don't see the point of trying to move like, oh, I'm just going to start at men's physique. Well, then you're not big enough, obviously, right? So that's the way I see it.
And continuously dieting down for men's physique is going to slow down your progress.
Exactly.
to get where you
and
really
you're,
want to
and
be.
you're gonna be hanging out with guys that have small legs. You think you're gonna have big legs or small legs if you're hanging out with guys that have small legs?
Robin, wait till you see the classic physique kid I'm bringing down to Toronto with me.
Oh yeah.
Here, yeah, he's only 20, but or 20 or 21,
Damn.
and I'm coaching him. But he he competed last year, his last like natural show in classic physique, and this kid is like 6'3", just like oozing with genetics.
Damn.
And I think he's like 10 or 11 weeks into his first cycle now.
Okay.
So he started from like a lean state, and this kid's put on like 25 pounds of lean tissue. in,
Shit.
like, 10
Cool.
weeks. Dude, you're and the work
I'm excited to
ethic
meet him.
and the mindset. Yeah, man, you're gonna see him and be like, you're gonna be able to see like he has a bright future in classic physique, like right
Yeah.
now.
Class D is a good class to be in too, because they don't generally have many guys.
Yeah,
He'll stand out.
He did his first pro qualifier, like probably like nationals next October or something like that. And I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people for sure. But yeah, I'm excited to get him down to Pure. Just he's never been around like-minded people like us
Yeah.
that are trying to or like pros or trying to be a pro. So I think it's gonna be like huge for him just to be around us training down here, right?
Oh, for sure. I was telling like pretty much everybody that came to the booth that if you like people that were like they came over and they're like, I got 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, whatever. I'm like, cool, man. Like, where do you train? They're like, Good Life, whatever. I'm like, that's why you're fourth place. Like, that's the reason, man. You know, when it comes down to like being in the best environment possible, you got to surround yourself with the people that are winning, like winning. They want to fucking improve like crazy, right? You're just going to see these people and be like, I got to step up every day. Versus when you step into, well, you train at Good Life sometimes, right? Fucking bullshit.
I fucking have to. Man.
Yeah.
And the lack of equipment at Good Life, I was talking to some guys last night. It was a big fitness like dinner. And the guys who work at Good Life, I'm like, I can't even train there anymore. Like,
one thing I want to say about the Good Life, I go to the best Good Life here. Like we have like 5 here, I think. And I'm lucky to live next to like the best one. Like they have like it's the biggest gym. They have the biggest variety. They have like a lot of hammer strength stuff, like a couple Smith machines, like barbells, racks, and platforms. And shit like that.
We got to stop because I really feel bad for Jason and all our American viewers today because they're like, what the fuck is a Good Life?
But Good Life's similar to like
It's
an
like
LA
LA
Fitness or
Fitness,
something, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
LA
it
Fitness.
is.
Basically,
It is.
it's shit.
I've listened to enough of you Canadians talk about stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
you Canadians.
You
Actually,
Canadians.
it's ironic. It's funny because Jason knows more about Canada, obviously, because he knows us and stuff, right? But most Americans, they don't know shit about Canada. Like nothing, you know?
What do you expect them to know?
You know
about
what's
Canada?
funny is it seems like every time I go to like an expo or something, like when I hung out with you in Vegas for the Olympia, I was the only American. There was like 10 of us out to dinner that night. Remember, I'm like the only American. Like the whole weekend, everywhere we went, it was like I was the only American there.
I know.
It seems like a lot of the expos I go to, I end up talking to a lot of Canadians and stuff more than.
Canada's taking over bodybuilding, in case you haven't noticed.
That's it, exactly.
Slowly, but
Yeah, right.
surely.
With our one pro card a week. I mean, a year.
No, we have a ton now.
We do have
Dude,
more
we
now.
have 2 Olympia champs right now, don't we?
We just got like 10 IBB pros yesterday. They're natural.
Hassan Jama. We have Hassan Jama who won the Olympia
Yeah, that's not okay, but
South America. Who won the other day?
what?
Who won? You said we have 2. We have
Yesterday.
Hassan. Who won yesterday?
I'm saying yesterday. We had a bunch of people
Pros,
turn
Natty
pro that
pros.
are naturals, right?
Oh,
I'm
naturals.
saying
Yeah.
now, imagine if they start taking stuff. That's what I'm saying, right?
It's
that's
so
the
funny
only
because I was
option.
watching a
Isn't that the only
podcast.
option?
Hey,
Isn't that the only option after you win your pro card at the natural pro qualifier? Don't you have to start taking stuff after that?
exactly, right? Well, I mean, like that's pretty fucking sick if you win your pro card naturally, and then it's just like, well, time to blow up.
You got to pull a Quint Beastwood, man.
Exactly. Yeah, Quint did it first
Well,
for sure.
you apparently have the genetics and the work ethic if you did it naturally.
Exactly,
So,
right? Yeah.
If you add
And-
the icing on the cake after
right.
that.
And you prove that you have good genetics well, not automatically, but you worked for it. But you know for sure, guaranteed that your genetics are good enough. The
Dude,
only
for
thing you
sure.
don't know yet is if you respond well to the gear. But that
Right.
probably.
Did you guys see the guy who won the classic physique?
Yeah.
He looks sick, man.
Yeah.
For Natty, that guy had like crazy shape, crazy legs, and like I was like that. What impresses me with someone like that is like how he managed to hold as much muscle as he did and get as
Dieting.
big as he did.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So imagine with a little, little test.
Little sprinkle.
Sprinkle it in. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of research on 600 milligrams being like a super physiological dose. Like if they just use a little bit.
300 milligrams is a super physiological dose.
Exactly. Yeah.
600
Well,
milligrams is like fucking out the
Hey.
ass. Like you're going full blown cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. When people say TRT is 250, that's super physiological for sure.
Yeah. As soon as your test is above normal ranges, you're super physiological.
My doctor prescribed me 200 a week, and even that put me over 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
When I got tested. So
Yeah. I did the same thing. I did 200 for my last TRT, and it was like pretty high. I'm like, wow, cool.
So
Good
125,
stuff.
125 will keep me like dead normal testosterone levels. And like, I feel like a complete bag of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm usually good between 125 and 150.
Yeah. So I'm not fucking with that normal level shit.
that's all I'm doing right now. Right now, actually, is my 200. I do 200 every 6 days.
Okay.
Hey, but let me ask you: are you getting a pharmaceutical from like Pfizer or
Yes and no.
yes or no? Okay, no. But it's a good question, right?
America, man.
It's a good question.
I do get it from my doctor, but I need more usually. So I think what I got right now was
but
from
your ground
somewhere
is
else.
covered. your ground is covered for the minimum, you know, and you know it's legit, and you know you're getting at the beginning.
Like if I'm only doing the 200, 200 a week, I've got that covered from the doctor.
Yeah.
In
That's
Canada,
what I mean.
it's different in Canada. You won't get anything until you're 40 plus. So
you won't. I won't get it if I go there and ask them. And I'm 40.
Depends on your doctor, but I have a good relationship with my doctor, and so he was like, I can't do anything for you right now. You get what you get, and we just test you. So
yeah, I tried that with my doctor too, actually.
Yeah,
I tried it with a Framingrade GH as well, and that was a no-go.
Okay.
It's funny. I went in the doctor
the GH,
not expecting to get anything. Because I was still natural when I first went, and I didn't expect to get anything. I just wanted to make sure I was healthy because I've been dieting and doing I did 6 shows in a row, and I just wanted to make sure all my health markers were right.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to get anything because I was still natural, and then he prescribes me 200 tests a week. I was like, what? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, your test levels were 230.
I have a good story actually. I started going to this before my doctor. Now I started going to this new doctor, and one of my buddies at the gym gave me his contact. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, so I go there. He's just talking to me. He just immediately, I could tell this guy's so aloof. He's just on his phone, distracted. Literally, imagine being in a doctor's office. Your doctor's just texting as you're talking to him. So I'm like, yeah, so this and that. He's just texting, and he just goes, he's like, do you want some GH? I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay. He's like,
where was this in Mexico?
And so, and I'm trying to tell him what's going on, right? And he's texting. He's like, okay, I can get you some. I'm like, what the, this? It was just, and so I didn't buy anything off him. And my buddy who gave me his contact said he was buying it off him. And he was getting ripped off for sure.
That's the pinnacle.
He was getting pharmaceutical stuff, but under the table, and he was charging him a lot per IU. It was $20 per IU or something. I'm like, whoa, it's way too much. So that was funny. I'm like, wow, this is sketchy.
Yeah. Talk about getting your license stripped.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah. Dr. Barrett, if you're watching, man.
Shout out to
Dr. B.
I can't believe you just did that, man. He probably
he's not gonna fucking watch this.
No, but not him.
If he does, know he's an idiot.
Somebody on a board could be like, not
hey man,
he should definitely get his license.
Honestly, I honestly felt like he did not give a shit about me. So I don't care about saying his name. If he was a respectful doctor, obviously I would never. But
he dug his own grave.
Yeah.
Don't try to sell Robin drugs, anybody.
Yeah,
Robin fucking rat you out.
Yeah, if you're gonna sell me drugs, at least give me a good fucking deal on it.
Yeah. Don't try
a doctor that prescribes you cocaine or something.
Rip Robin off.
No,
he will fuck you.
Exactly. And his address is I'm just kidding.
We have questions.
Yeah,
questions.
We got Theo4833. He says, "What's your daily supplement stack?" It's like, dude, mine is a list. I could write a book. I'll start writing it now. Well, if you go to hdmuscle.com, I take all of the supplements there. And then I take, on top of that, I take fish oil, daily cleanse, which is a fiber supplement. And then I take a greens powder. I take vitamin D. And I take an aspirin, baby aspirin. That's my whole stack.
Yeah. That's basically
bone broth. Oh, and bone broth. That's true, baby. Yeah. Bone broth every day.
Supplement though? That's real stuff.
Supplements? Yeah, no, just supplements, natural supplements.
He sucks the broth and the marrow right out of the bone.
I mean, I'm pretty much the same. I'll take my organic, my daily greens, my daily reds, my omegas.
What supplement company do you use again? What supplement company do you use again?
Well, I'm with Iron Fit now.
Iron Fit, yeah.
And they make a lot of that stuff, all the greens, the reds, the omegas, multivitamins, stuff like that. And then any of the extra stuff I get usually from Revive, like all my kidney health, my liver health, blood pressure, the heart health, stuff like that.
Let's talk about that stuff because I use Pycnogenol and coenzyme Q10 as my base for heart health. I'm actually using, I'm not ashamed to say it, prescribed statins. And I think if you're not using them and you have high LDL, you can get Red East Rice, which is like a supplement on the shelves. That's the 3 things I would do for heart health for sure. If you have high cholesterol, get the red yeast rice. If you have, I think everybody should be taking coenzyme Q10, by the way. Everyone should be taking coenzyme Q10 or ubiquinol.
I think you should be taking ubiquinol. Yeah, not
ubiquinol is much better, but if you're cheap,
well, I think it's the only one that actually does anything. I don't think
coenzyme Q10 said too.
I don't know.
Well.
I don't know.
It said too. 200 milligrams.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's as bioavailable as
it's not as bioavailable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, you probably want to
go with the ubiquinol.
Just go with the one that you know for sure.
Just go with for sure.
You're already it's like the way I see is you're already spending money. You don't want to risk wasting any of that money. Just spend more so you know it's not being wasted. That's
okay. But and the Pycnogenol, the Pycnogenol is really good for preventing like left ventricle hypertrophy and things like that. So that's an interesting one too.
Do you guys think astragalus does anything for kidney health, or do you think that's just like a waste of time?
I think astragalus is amazing because it's not just like for kidney health, but really what it's amazing for is like overall inflammation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone else take turmeric or curcumin?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Actually, I lie. I haven't taken that in a couple months, but
I haven't been taking it recently.
I religiously
when I'm on
did
prep,
for like
when I'm on
a year.
prep, I always take it. Then I've just been slacking off on it recently. But
me
I
too.
usually do.
It's scary because when you feel healthy and stuff, you're like, the health stuff.
Right.
It's a habit everybody does. I know everybody does.
I find that curcumin probably more important in the off season for me because that's when I get most of my joint issues, just with the inflammation and stuff like that. And that's where the curcumin I feel like is going to help you is with the anti-inflammatory, properties. Just
definitely. We definitely need that as bodybuilders. Yeah.
I try to take it year round.
And it will negate stomach acid issues.
Let me just show you guys
Acid
quickly
reflux.
this one here that I'm taking here.
Is it HT muscle?
Nope, it's not. No, because this one here. It's bone broth concentrate that has turmeric and black pepper in it. So over something like a collagen powder, which is basically probably just as good as just taking amino acids. This is actually bone broth. It's concentrated bone broth. So you take 10 grams of this and it's fucking amazing for your joints. Like you're going to feel, I feel the best joint wise when I take this stuff. So this is just my own personal experience, but like I was saying, it's $50, whatever you use it over the course of a month and it's great. So give that a try. Let's go to the next question.
No, wait, do you guys use any creatine? Like glutamine, any amino acid surplus, chlorine?
Yep. Same here.
Or do you just use an EAA? Or?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I do
intra workout. We all use workout.
10
so I'll do
grams of everything.
Intra workout, and then usually I'll add a carb powder to it too. At least on my larger body part days, legs, back, stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah.
25 grams or the 25.
Yeah,
grams
I just do 25
50?
grams of carbs with it.
Yeah,
75 grams.
Do you when you do that? You know what I do? I don't know if this is common because I've been working out in the morning lately, really fucking early. Wake up at 4:30 and get there, right? So I'll try to slam down some oats or some cream of rice with some eggs. But then by the time I get to the gym, it's still super early. So what I'll do is I'll slam down 25 grams. Then I'll put another 25 grams into a cup, a larger cup, and I'll sip that throughout the workout, and then 25 grams post.
Yeah, I do something very similar, man. So I do 25 grams with my pre-workout. So I do a meal. I do a meal 90 minutes before, and then I'll do a pack of caramel rice cakes with 10 grams of aminos 30 minutes before, and then as I'm warming up, I'll do pre-workout a scoop of pre with 25 grams of carbs with some pink salt. Then during the workout, I'll do 50 grams of the carbs with more pink salt and aminos, and then I'll just have my post-workout meal right after.
Yeah, that sodium is key. Sodium is key.
Yeah.
Sodium is key.
Yeah, the sodium and potassium and carbs and EAAs, you're gonna have the best workouts ever.
Well, most of the carbs now, a lot of them have sodium and potassium built in.
They should, yeah.
Yeah. I think people need to really focus. You got to put sodium in your pre-workout drink because a lot of times, if you just even feel a high sodium pre-workout meal, a lot of us will take in another 750 milliliters of fluid from pre-workout or whatever. and that can like really kind of deplete your sodium. Like, you know what I mean? It's quite a bit of water. So if you add sodium to your pre-workout drink, I find anytime I do that, like my pump is retarded.
Way better.
Mo just add soy sauce to it.
Oh.
So
Well, and also that's a good point too. It depends on if you're a high sweater or a low sweater. If you're a high sweater, then obviously you need more sodium, and take a look at like what your sweat looks like too. If you're sweating out a lot of sodium in your sweat, like if it's more of an opaque type of sweat, you're losing more sodium. You need more sodium. So
Yeah.
That's gross.
That's really salty.
I need more salt.
Are you working out with Robin next week? You're working out with Robin next week?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to bring like a wet vac.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same dude.
Yeah.
Like I need to change my shirt halfway through a leg workout.
Yeah, it's because Paul doesn't sweat.
Yeah, there's something wrong with me. I used to sweat when I was younger. That's what I don't understand.
Listen, I envy that dude. Like how much I sweat pisses me off, to be honest with you.
I have to bring a different shirt to get back in the car afterwards.
I don't like when I don't sweat. When I sweat, it's like that's fucking feels good, man.
Yeah, there seems like something's wrong with me that I don't sweat anymore. That was really freaking me out.
Actually, I would be concerned too, man, because your skin is an endocrine organ. Like it literally detoxifies your body. So
so you're keeping those toxins in.
Like
man.
I would try to go in a sauna and get your body to sweat, because if you can't sweat at all, then that's really stressful on your heart, man.
Been doing it. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sauna work.
Yeah, do the sauna, man, because the sauna is for anybody that doesn't know, like there's a lot of research on sauna being cardio protective. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, so you guys know Steven Ditto Shack? Yeah. So he's going to be competing soon. He wants to know what our go-to pre-workout meal and post-workout meal is.
I only ever eat chicken and rice before I train.
Really?
Yeah. Post workout, I have salmon and rice and a chocolate chip muffin.
Oh,
okay.
Are we talking pre-contest, or are we talking off season?
It just says like your go-to. Like what's your if you can only have one pre, one post forever, kind of a thing. Like that's your go-to.
I'd probably go chicken and rice and maybe a little fruit for pre-workout. And then post-workout is usually whey isolate and cereal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cream of rice and some peanut butter.
Pre-workout or post-workout?
Yeah. With whey.
For both?
Post. Yeah. Sometimes post. You know what you were doing with the Rice Krispies?
I fuck around with that. Paul's like, I'm going to pick sushi.
Yeah. No, that's too heavy. Like post, that would be like post-workout and then sushi.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a light. That's why I like cream of rice. I probably would do cream of rice pre and post.
Yeah.
But like I might do variations. It's funny when Jason was talking about the toast with the jam.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing that a lot lately.
PB&J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it, but it's not on my diet, so I'm like, fuck. So my pre-workout is I make those muffins. It's cream of rice, whey isolate, and macadamia nut milk. And I put some bananas in there. That's my pre-workout. And then post-workout is the whey and cereal. So I just have like really easy, fast digesting things around my workout. And the rest of the day is chicken and rice. So I don't do the chicken and rice pre or post.
Yo, Robin, can you send me that recipe? Because I want to know how do you put the cream of rice in there?
I'll tell you, it's very easy. It's those three ingredients. You blend them. So you do cream of rice, whey, and whatever nut milk you want. You put that in a blender. You pour that into the tin. Right? Make sure you grease it first, pour that into the tin. Then you take chunks of banana and you put the chunks of banana in the middle of each muffin. And that's key because it keeps it moist. And then you bake it for 15 minutes at 350. So I'll send you the recipe.
Wow.
But that's what you do. So
have you ever tried blending the banana in with it?
I haven't tried that. Because
that might work.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem is the banana makes it more voluminous. So it's gonna right now, the way that I have the recipe, it makes 6 muffins perfect. And they're filled to the top. So if I make it any more voluminous, it's going to like spill over and I'll have to get a bigger muffin tin. That's why.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It'd be probably more like a banana bread that way. Because this way it's like, it's like it's the banana in the middle keeps the entire thing from getting dry, which is cool.
You know, it would be good. Walnuts in that, like little chunks of walnut.
Yeah, so you can put your own variation on it. This one, it's like whatever, 60 grams protein. I think it's 120 grams carbs, and then like 5 grams fat, something like that.
Wow, man, that's fucking awesome. Yeah,
It's good. Yeah, it's wicked. Yeah, I love it. Because then what I do is I eat it on the way to the gym, basically.
And it's like you're having real legit muffins. Like,
Yeah, no, it's good, man. Try it out, and also make sure you use golden grains. You got to use the right cream of rice. Got to use the golden grains.
That stuff is fire, though.
Yeah, it is
I had
good.
it this morning.
Jason, you had some?
Yeah, I had it this morning with I did the cream, 100 grams of cream of rice, 50 grams of whey, and a banana.
The cereal, the maple syrup cereal or whatever it's called.
I did the
flavored
plain,
one,
but I do have the maple syrup, the pancakes and syrup or whatever it is. Yeah,
that's what it is.
I've had that one too, but when I mix
that
the whey,
one is good
just
on
doing
its
the
own.
plain.
Right? Like if you
it's good on its own. I can't believe that.
It's like if you added whey to it, because if you're going to add whey, then you just do the unflavored one. You don't need to like
Exactly.
Otherwise it'll be like so sweet.
Yeah, I'm actually not trying to plug them, but it's probably the best cream of rice I ever had. Like the consistency, it's almost like it's weird, but those mashed potatoes you get in like bags.
It's fluffy. Yeah,
it's fluffy. Yeah, it's like it makes legit. Like I was thinking, if I put butter in there, it would taste like a fucking mashed potato.
If you want to make it like the fluffiest, you do it in the pot, and you use like a whisk with a whisk.
Yeah, I do. I use a whisk, and I do it in the frying pan. Same shit.
Okay, cool. Morpsey, he wants to know, what would you have done differently in your last prep? That's a good question.
Nothing.
Yeah, because you won.
Yeah, not a fucking thing. I'm out of this one.
What about you, Jason? What would you have done differently?
I don't know. It's hard because I didn't win, but I still feel like it was one of my best looks I've ever done. So I think the only thing I would have done more is probably a lot more posing practice.
That's a good one. I feel the same way. I feel like I did everything I could have. I think maybe if anything, I would have I didn't really have a coach, so I would have started cardio. I would have done more cardio earlier and less cardio later. But honestly, it was good. Whatever. Every prep's different, so I feel like there's no point of really looking back unless you really fucked up. You know if you fucked up, right? And just if you're cheating on your diet, but
now where it's like we know like how things should go and what we need to do.
Yeah,
it's like we're kind of beyond the point of fucking up, right?
Yeah, like even though I didn't get the placing I wanted, I still felt like it was a really successful prep. So
yeah, like you went through the process, like
like I don't think at any point I could have done more. If anything, more posing practice. Like unless you're posing 8 hours a day, you're not posing enough. So
yeah, I feel like this question is more relatable to people who cheat on their diet and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like because
or if they did
supposed to have 2 weeks out, but it's like
or if they did something weird for like peak week, like if their coach tried something new, it's like don't do that new stuff next time. Keep it simple.
Say this, like Tampa Pro, I think we nailed it. Chicago Pro, I think we did pull water a little too hard, and I was a little flat on stage. So we could have fixed that, but we did fix that leading into Tampa. So
yeah. If we're getting really specific, the only thing that I think I would have done is, because when I did prejudging at Puerto Rico, I didn't take any diuretics. I was just dry, but I was like actually too flat. So I would have done more food, more water. Sorry, not more water. I was doing a lot of water, 10 liters of water. I would have done a lot more food, which is what I did for the night show, and I looked a lot better.
Yeah.
With
that's how I was in
Chicago. A half a diazide, because I think that having that a little bit of diuretic allows you to push the fullness more without the risk of spilling over, because I didn't want to spill over, so I didn't eat as much, but then I wasn't as full, so I looked less dry. So I think in the end, you need to find that balance. So it's one of those.
I agree. I agree, but I think I could have. I think I could have gotten away with. I think I could have gotten away with just doing like a half a diazide the night before the show, as opposed to several days of some aldactone leading into it.
I agree. Yes,
yeah, because that could fuck you up bad. But the other thing is too, like even with the diazide, like if you're gonna take it, I had my last coach tell me, which makes sense. I mean, it's better to take like a quarter or a half. Like the less is best, because then you can't fuck up, or sorry, I mean, you can't fix over diuretic, whatever you call it.
Diuretic
Taking too many
abuse.
diuretics. Yeah. You can't fix that. Like you wake up flat as a pancake on show day, you're fucked, especially if it's a morning show.
Exactly.
Right?
And here's the thing too, people don't realize, like, you can actually get better, like I did, from taking a quarter or a half of a Diazide for like 4, 5, 6 hours later. Like, it doesn't have to be like days in advance. Like, you can do things on the fly. Like, if you're not looking good, try something very small and see how it affects you over the next couple hours.
I agree with that philosophy.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what Chris Aceto always, like, he'll like, all right, I want you to like break that into like, take just a quarter of that. He's like, take a sliver of that. You know, he'll never give you like a full pill or barely ever even a half a pill at a time.
It's crazy.
I think
how much,
half is the best.
Like half of a half, like a quarter.
Yeah.
How much water you can actually get rid of
for me,
but maintain that fullness.
And you can always add another quarter of a pill later if it didn't do enough. But you can't take a quarter away if you already took it.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's kind of what I did for nationals this year too. Like I was very reluctant to take too many, you know.
But I told you what to do, and you look perfect. So
yeah, that's true too. But
sick, man.
But trust me, Robin, if you know, and I don't typically, one of my problems in the past before, you know, I didn't listen and then I'd take too many.
Yeah.
Or too much, like a half or a whole diuretic.
Yeah. I made that mistake for Toronto 2019. I took 1.5 instead of just half.
Yeah, everyone's different. I took one 24 hours out from nationals, and then I took another half, probably like 8 hours out. And it worked out for me. But like, I hold a shit ton of water, man. Like I cut water 24 hours out, took the Diazide and a half, like over that span. And like, I still felt completely fine. Like after the show, like didn't even feel dehydrated. So
that's pretty good. Yeah.
And you had a lot of fluids in you.
Yeah, I did. And I just hold it. I hold a lot of water naturally, I guess. And I'm big. I'm like 6'2", like 265 stage weight. So I can, you know, my body's holding a lot, right?
It's funny. Tall guys, big guys can hold a lot of water.
Yeah,
like a lot.
More surface area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is.
Next question is, what's your thoughts on red meat consumption weekly?
What thought?
Eat it.
Yeah. Well, I eat it every day. I eat it every day. So
unless you have some kind of like medical condition where your doctor's telling you not to eat red meat, I mean, yeah, I don't see any problem with eating at least one red meat meal a day.
But like you have your hematocrit's too high or something? Like why would
he didn't say anything about that.
Doctor tells you to stop eating red meat. He's uneducated on nutrition.
So here's the thing: is red meat is actually much more nutritious than chicken is. So just as long as, I would say, there's never going to be a problem eating red meat, unless, of course, there's some kind of like underlying disease or issue with your heart, for example. But especially if it's grass-fed, man, you're getting so much more nutrition than like white fish or chicken breast. So I would try to make it a staple if you're trying to build muscle, for sure. If you're trying to lose fat, maybe it's quality. A different story.
The quality of the red meat, you know, is going to make
quality is a game changer. Yeah.
And the cut. Yeah, I mean, there's so many variables.
You're eating
just because you're eating red meat doesn't mean it has to be super high in fat.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a good, nice, lean cut of red meat and get the nutritional value out of it.
Yeah,
very hard to find here, but I think in the US, you guys have like really slim percentage of maybe 6 or 7 grams of fat per like 18 grams of protein.
I know we go down to like 96.4 in the grocery store, but then I know there's that company too, Skinny Beef, and they do really lean. They do like 99 or 98%.
So if you want to get that, you can buy lean, you can buy anything. You just drain it.
Yeah.
As long as you drain it, even if you get like 80-20 and you drain it, it's like 99-1. Like you just drain it, you like squeeze it, like just there's not much left after that, man.
So if you're getting extra lean meat and it reads out to be like 18 grams of protein and like I think it's 12 grams of fat or 10 grams.
So
of
if
fat.
you drain it,
it's
you're
like
getting
6
way less fat.
And that's
Really?
also that's like the raw meat, right? So like
Yeah.
Think about all that grease that's at the bottom
Yeah.
when you cook
That's
that.
true.
If you
Like, I
drain
cook
all
it.
that grease out, that's
Yeah.
all your fat.
I
Yeah,
cook
so
it,
it didn't include
drain
that.
It
and
doesn't
rinse
even matter. Like if you have extra lean and you drain it, you just less of it's being drained, right? Like you're
Right.
gonna lose less. If you drain like lean, then you're gonna get more grease that leaves that meat, right? So, but you end up if you do that process, you end up with the same.
Then essentially the ground, like extra lean ground beef would be the same as chicken, if not better.
It's that's the point, right?
But with more nutrition, more micronutrients.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This
What do
is
you
why,
feel
like,
about
this is why
instead
wild
of-
gaming is so good too, right? Like we're big on, like I said, the moose down here. Like I have like ground moose in my freezer, and like when you're cooking that on the pan, like no fat even comes off of it. Like if
Yeah.
you can, whereas if you cook like ground beef right next to it, which sometimes I do, like you can just see like as the beef cooks, like more and more fat comes out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if you cook the moose, like no fat comes out of it. And you only need to cook it for like half the time, because if not, like you'll dry it out way too much. And you can even see like the wild game meat, it's like such like a dark, like red, like it's so much like a darker, like
It's almost
Yeah,
like purple. Yeah.
so nutrient dense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
What were you gonna say, Jason?
I was just going to ask what you thought about, like, instead of, at least in the off season, you can get away with it switching from chicken breasts to chicken thighs.
Yeah, I don't
There's a lot more nutrition out of that. than
I don't
just
like chicken thighs as much. I'll be honest.
You really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could eat them all day.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the chicken breast for some reason. I like the
I
titties.
do the
I
chicken
like the
thighs with a
titties.
little bit of teriyaki sauce.
Yeah.
on it.
If
it's
it was
like going to the-
I like the chicken titties and you know,
Are
if it
you,
was like
are you a thigh or a
chicken
titty
glutes,
guy?
maybe like
I guess I'm
some
a thigh guy.
back
Thigh
chicken,
guy.
you know? Jason likes them thick. Right. So red meat, the consensus is yes, it's good.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. This is a good one. Would you use the rebound after prep to grow, or do a health/cruise phase first? What are the pros and cons of each?
I think they mean like reverse diet.
No, they're talking specifically about the rebound to grow.
Do they
So
mean
they
like
mean, like,
stack
should they
wise or
stay
diet
on-
wise?
Should they
You said-
stay on drugs or come off drugs, please?
I guess that's what he's implying. Yeah.
Okay, it's talking about stack wise.
What it sounds like.
Oh,
Do you use the rebound phase to grow, or do a health phase first?
that's a good question, because like, it could work either way.
I did that. No.
I think it's congruent, because you can get that rebound while
Without
off.
using a lot.
That's
Yeah.
the point of the rebound.
Yeah,
you
for sure.
you don't need to be on to grow. That's why
Yeah.
you're getting that rebound. So you should actually not be on anything. If you're on anything, you're just a TRT, like we were saying, like a true TRT preferably.
And everything you were taking isn't going to be immediately out of your system.
Exactly.
Just, so you're going to have a couple weeks to rebound even still.
You might even have a couple months. You might even have like 2 months, 3 months where it's still in you.
Dude, I was on shit for 4 weeks after my show for sure. And I stopped taking stuff a week before my
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
So,
It still looked like a freak.
yeah,
But yeah, like-
and like especially if you're on like a 20-week, like 16, 20-week cycle pre-contest, like the accumulation of drugs in your body is like pretty intense, and it's gonna take a long time.
Every time I do it, it's usually 3 to 4 weeks before I kind of start feeling sluggish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your physiological functions are just through the roof. Like, your metabolism's super high, your blood sugar is really good, everything's prime. It's prime
Yeah.
for growth.
Yeah.
Your body is
Well,
prime
and
for
prime for nutrient uptake. So you're adding
prime for
more
nutrient
food anyways. You're going to have more calories and more, everything to, push the growth in that way for the rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, typically, if I'm talking to a newbie, I would say the best time to come off is post show. Like if you do a show, come off.
Yep. You have
The way
to.
I look at it too, like the sooner you come off everything, the sooner you can clean out, like the sooner you can be back into a real off-season phase where you can actually make progress. Like,
It's interesting though, because I haven't in a while tried to go like, balls to the wall. Like, I wonder if anybody has, I know people have tried, but I wonder what the outcome is.
It's not good.
Like,
I see people
balls to walls post show.
people
Yeah.
burn out real.
They burn
I
out,
work.
eh?
I work with sometimes clients come to me and they're like, "This is what my coach is doing. We're doing a blast after my show. I'm gonna get fucking huge." I'm like, "Cool, dude. Like, let's not do that." And then they just like disappear and they never train again. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, not to mention like after a prep, like your body should be wrangled. Like I know mine was like just from the cardio and the training and the posing, like, and I know the drugs came out of my system 4 weeks after because that's when everything started to hurt, like my joints and shit, dude. So like,
exactly.
I think like take that time to clean out, let your body get healthy, not only from like an organ inside your body standpoint, from like a joint health standpoint.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be ready to push it like when the time is right, because you might have yourself convinced that like, oh, I'm going to make the most of this rebound by like doing a blast after. But like your body is not even in a good position to push itself hard enough to make progress.
That's right. You're just going to hurt yourself.
Exactly.
There's really no, because he wanted pros and cons of each. There's no pros of doing a blast after your show.
Actually,
Zero.
You're right.
There's only cons. So your only smart choice is to get off. And like Morgan said, by the time all that shit's out of your system anyways, you might have a couple of weeks, maybe a month where you feel kind of shitty. Boo-hoo. You're a fucking bodybuilder. Suck it up. Because then you just get back on again anyways. So as long as you're healthy and you've done that time off, then you can get back on and continue your progress. So rather than fucking shooting yourself in your foot, because now you're going to have to take a longer time off because you didn't take that time off when you.
Because you're going to look better and better than post show.
As long as you don't fuck up your insulin sensitivity by eating like an asshole for weeks, you can have like a couple days and then you're back on Monday, and then you have like one to 3 cheat meals a week.
Yeah, man. If you're a true bodybuilder, like that shit should be out of your system pretty quick. Like all the things you're eating shit.
Yeah.
Like you should be your focus should be, keeping your insulin sensitivity as high as possible, keeping as lean, because that's what's going to determine how successful your off-season phase is. Like if you gain a bunch of fat, like you said, Robin, and fuck up your insulin sensitivity, then you're just backtracking more and more and more, right? So like your focus after a show just needs to be on keep getting your body healthy, keeping yourself healthy, keeping yourself in decent shape, and you'll progress out of it anyway. Because like we said, you're still on drugs for 3 or 4 weeks after a show. So
and you're taking advantage of one of the most anabolic hormones, which is insulin. Not saying to use insulin, but just as a result of eating that food, eating all
your
those
sensitivity is going to be so high.
Yeah,
your blood sugar is prime.
Your body's putting all of that food to where it needs to go. So you don't even need like crazy amounts of tests to do that, because you're already in an anabolic growth phase right there. So, and that's going to last probably for like 2 to 3 months anyways. You'll start tapering off after the second month. Your insulin sensitivity should come kind of back down to a normal level, because your weight should be going up, right? So as your weight goes up, your blood sugars start to get a little bit more resistant, but still you want to maintain that, because if you let them get like I was saying, like if you just keep eating like crazy, like fucking asshole, high fat, high carb for a long period of time, you mess up your blood sensitivity to glucose. And now when you eat, you don't get pumped from eating. That's not good. Yeah. So
you stop gaining it. Essentially, you just stop gaining. You just put on a lot of fat.
Plus, then if you were to come off, you would crash hormonally, feel like shit, look like shit, feel like shit. Yeah. Let's sum that one up to say that's a no-go.
And don't forget the edema. Last thing you want is
I've been there way too many times.
Pro bodybuilders, sometimes we go on longer cycles too, because we have to do more than one show. So I would just, to summarize that, make sure you pay attention to how long you're on. That's
really, a big
really
deal,
important.
because like you said, if you knock out, 3-4 shows or even more in a year, that 16-week prep, you could end up
just turned into 26,
being on for 26, 30 weeks. So like your body needs that time off.
You need that time off. Yeah.
Mo and I we did 3 in a row, right? Both you and I before nationals. You did 3, right? Yeah. 3 is a lot. 3 is a lot in a row. I don't know how you pros do it. Like
Jason, I was ready to come off, man, after nationals.
This year wasn't bad.
Nothing like enticing about staying off.
I was just talking to someone today, and I'm like, I feel so good right now. I was taking a walk, and I'm like, I could probably take like an 8-hour walk. Whereas when I was in show prep, I think I was scared to take like a 50-minute walk. That's how bad it was getting. So I'm happy.
I'm the opposite right now. I think an 8-hour walk would kill me right now. Freaking
yeah, but you're deep in the off season. You're big right now. Yeah. You're really big.
Dude, you would lose 20 pounds if you went on an 8-hour walk right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's more like a hike. But it's like, can you survive it? Like, you know, it's a measurement of health.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, like right now I got the body fat to survive it.
Yeah, he gets around like 2 weeks after wood, man.
Just kind of fucking be
the
wheezing.
protein, a little bit of fat on him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up there. It's cool. We'll get some more questions for next week. Yeah, guys. Let's. I'll see you on Thursday, Morgan.
All right,
Fucking kill it.
Yeah, oh, man.
you guys.
Paul, you gotta.
I'll try to make it down this weekend.
Yeah, come down this weekend. Fucking Jason.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to all
you
come down
to
to
Florida.
Yeah, we're gonna come to
Jason,
Florida. Yeah.
We're going to Florida.
You don't even really want
fair.
to. You don't honestly. You don't want to come up this way right now, anyways. It literally just fucking snowed this morning. So,
Dude, can
Hey,
they
man.
even?
Yeah.
Wait. Can they even come to Canada right now?
I don't even probably.
I don't know.
Can
Jason doesn't even own a winter coat, so
I don't actually. I just realized that.
I knew it,
I was
dude.
trying to put one of my old coats on. It doesn't fit it anymore. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't have anything, dude.
Oh yeah, that's the
I got a
worst.
hoodie.
yeah.
That's the worst. You got to wear hoodies and like fucking dicky jackets.
Yeah,
Hey, it dropped down into the 60s. I think even the mid 50s here this week.
yeah. That's still amazing.
That's nothing. I know.
I mean, the
can't
high
listen
was still 75, but
Yeah.
overnight it got down to 55.
I love the weather in Florida though. It's like the perfect weather, man.
Yeah, that would be like almost summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we lost Morgan. We'll see you boys next week.
All right.
All
See you
right,
next
guys.
week.
All
Thanks,
right, guys.
Thanks, Jason.
I just wanted to take a quick second to thank our sponsors, Gorilla Wear Canada and Helix Labs. Please check out their websites and use our discount code BEEF20 at checkout. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Please subscribe. Thanks, guys.